Arizona Cardinals fans, what is your quarterback going to do? Are you worried about Kyler Murray? Are you worried about who's going to lead your team to winning? Or are you okay with Kyler just playing Call of Duty and getting all his wins on the Xbox? Well, he's not going to be on the field anytime soon because the Cardinals will keep Kyler Murray on the PUP list and cut Colt McCoy. I actually like Colt McCoy.
About something that happened late in the season, and it's a major injury, and he probably needs more time, and I understand that. And then when you look at it from a contractual standpoint, look, he just signed this contract a year ago. So it's not, and as of right now, I mean, you're talking about upwards of $85 million in terms of dead cap money. If this was a situation where they were looking to go ahead and move on from him here in the future, in the near term. So I don't really see that happening either. And given all the other things that were surrounding Kyler Murray in terms of, is he really a legit franchise quarterback? Does the rest of the league look at him as a legit franchise quarterback? Would someone want to take on someone, with his characteristics, and would they be willing to help out the Arizona Cardinals? Look, I don't. That's way down the road when you're looking at it in the context of this transaction here. But it is hard to not look at the fact that now you're moving into this season with Josh Dobbs and Clayton Tune and thinking that you're going to compete. It's just not even really realistic.
And here's my problem. I will say this time and time and time again. When you have running backs, when you have quarterbacks, when you have wide receivers who play well and then they get this massive bag and then you see them just fall off the cliff years down the road, it really makes you wonder who's worth all that money. When you have quarterbacks getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars and they're always injured, they're not playing, they're not performing up to standard after they get the money, which I get it. If you're worth it, get paid. But where do we draw the line when it comes to people getting paid money and they don't keep performing at the level they're worth? This is why I think we should have incentives opposed to huge contracts up front. But hey, I'm not the guy that obviously cuts the checks. Neither are you. But that's just my thoughts on it. Keep going. It says Arizona Cardinals have more clarity on their quarterback situation less than 2 weeks before week 1. Kyler Murray won't be activated off the physically unable to perform list before Thursday's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard deadline. Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon said Monday, starting the season on the PUP list means Murray will miss at least 4 games of the regular season. Once he's activated, he'll have 21 days to practice and be put on the 53-man roster. Otherwise, we'll have to spend the entire season on the PUP list. The Cardinals also released quarterback Colt McCoy. I like Colt. I thought he was a decent quarterback. On Monday, a day before teams are required to narrow their roster to 53 players. The move comes 4 days after they traded for quarterback Joshua Dobbs. McCoy, the 36-year-old who signed with the Cardinals in 2021, was the first team quarterback all spring, training camp and preseason, while Arizona waited for Murray to return from ACL surgery. Gannon said the Cardinals evaluated McCoy's full body of work and decided it was in the best interest of Arizona to start the season without him. And you know what? This all boils down to age. Guarantee it. I don't think it's anything he didn't show us, Gannon said. I amaze myself sometimes. Gannon said, I think it was just looking at OTAs and then training camp and the game and the full body of work, we will just feel like this is the best way to go. Murray injured his right knee in Week 14 last season on Monday Night Football and had surgery in early January. Murray had previously that he wanted to be back by Week 1. He later said he didn't want to miss any time, but he also isn't sure how much practice he'll need before he's ready to take a regular season snap. Should Murray miss at least the 4 first games, Gannon said the quarterback's rehab approach won't be altered. He's got a plan that's football-related, and he's got a plan that's rehab-related, and both are important, but obviously the plan that's most important right now is his health, Gannon said. So when we structure his day and his week and his last month with him, we plan accordingly for that. I don't know what Arizona should really expect as far as Kyler Murray at this point. There was obviously issues in the last conversation when he was renewing his contract, and they basically put in his contract that he had to go out and study the playbook, which is the most important thing that you should know as a quarterback. But that really says something. You're willing to pay somebody hundreds of millions of dollars that you have to put in a stipulation in their contract that they need to study their playbook? Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, we all know that he's going to be on Xbox while his team goes out there and struggles for 4 weeks.